Mr. Amrith Kurien is the director of Comfrey. Welcome to WCC, sir.
Thank you,
Great
Chandana.
pleasure having you here.
Pleasure's all mine.
So, what can be the estimated crop this time? How has the weather been? Tell me about that, sir.
Estimated crop, I think, is in line with perhaps. I mean, it's supposed to be an early crop, so normally an early crop means a bigger crop. So I think we're expecting around 265,000 tons plus. Should be a fairly good crop. Regarding the weather, normally there is a harmattan which comes around end of March, so you still don't know. But as of now, it looks very good.
State emergencies, presidential elections, geopolitical treaties, all this, how is it affecting the cashew industry in Gambia and Senegal?
See, Gambia is perfectly stable. We had a small issue wherein the former president lost the election and he was unwilling to go. He is gone, and now we have a new government in place, so everything is fine because Gambia doesn't have the tribalistic issues or other issues which could draw this in. Everybody wanted peace, everybody wanted stability, so that's why there is no issue. There is no issue. But of course, it's a new government, so in the old government, everybody knew how things would happen. In a new government, it's new. Everybody is pretty excited because they believe that they've got democracy after 22 years. So how it's going to be, we still don't know. Senegal, of course, is pretty stable. Bissau has a new government in place. But then Bissau keeps having governments and then governments keep falling. But business keeps going on in all these places. I don't think we will ever have the issues like what we have in other parts of Africa wherein actually the whole thing stops. No, the show will keep going on.
Right, sir. Right. Also, sir, the ECOWAS treaty is now in an unsettled.
No. ECOWAS treaty is perfectly in line. There has been difference in misinterpretation. That's why the border was closed and everything. But that's more like a political thing. So I think it's in line. I don't see that as an issue. Last year there was an issue wherein because ECOWAS basically essentially I think what you're talking about is the free flow of goods between the thing. So that is a treaty, but last time the reason for the closure was more political. Right now, Senegal has a very friendly government in place in the Gambia. In the past, it wasn't that friendly. So I see collaboration between Senegal, Gambia and Bissau, of course, very comfortable.
With the ever-increasing demand for ASEAN from Africa, so what are the initiatives taken in Gambia to increase the production and the productivity of gas?
See, there's a lot of NGOs, a lot of government impetus on good farming and all those things are happening, and they're pretty young trees also. So I don't think especially anything has. I mean, there are things which are happening. That is why you are seeing the growth happen. This big. And that's the reason why even Gambia, though producing just 10,000 tons, actually used to export almost. I mean, at a point, I think in the last 10 years, it's been exporting almost 75,000 tons a year.
Right.
So that's almost almost say 8 to 9 times of what they produce actually. So I think everything is logistically, geographically, and I think it's going the right way. It's a very friendly port,
Okay, sir. So last year we heard rumors saying that the importers went into the bushes to buy the crops. So how is it treated this year? What are the initiatives taken by the government to prevent that?
See, as specific to Gambia, I don't think they have done anything about it. Regarding Senegal, see, it's a free market, and unlike what happens in Bissau, there is a clear prohibition of foreigners entering the bush. Senegal and Gambia doesn't really have that, but it doesn't really have that kind of quantity also anyway. I think the biggest problem in this volatility is essentially because a lot of processors and a lot of people just pick a flight up, come down to this, they say, okay, let's go. I mean, these kind of conferences also kind of give them more confidence in these figures and everything, because all these things were not really, put in the right perspective. Everything was left to guesswork. I mean, conferences like yours actually bring aboard, Africa, Asia, Europe, America. So that's giving them a platform. But essentially, I think the reason for so much of volatility is the fact that if everybody had stayed where they were and were able to do and are able to do what they're supposed to do, it would be a much more smoother market. The problem is the processor feels he wants to come down to origin he comes down, he gets frustrated, he buys at a higher price, then the whole it's a total mess. And one of the reasons is because processors are coming in down to the origin. You've got a lot of what do you call, Gujaratis, Marwadis, who are very new in business. They say, okay, chalo, let's come and buy 100, 200 tons and let's see. So if you have 100 people like that, you have that much of quantity gone.
And lastly, sir, what do you think about WCC and what are your expectations for next year?
See, I've been associated with you guys, I think, for the last 7, 8 years.
Right.
I mean, giving these reports and everything. And I never thought that today you'll be where you are. Especially, I mean, that's exactly what I was telling. Somebody was asking me, will this conference replace the INC? And I was telling them, no, the INC is like the kernel thing, and this is more the RCN thing. But they're telling that a lot more people, I mean, this is a platform for Africa, India, Vietnam, and the West. So I think it's a great conference. In fact, this time I remarked also that the number of people who I had invited and I had informed them about this conferences 2-3 conferences ago, they were like, oh, we don't want to come. And I'm seeing all of them here this time. So I think it's getting more credible and more interesting, and I think you're getting the right kind of people to come and share information. I mean, these things are all in the past perhaps people would not have even spoken about. I mean, having figures. I mean, if you just add up everybody's figures, you kind of have at least what has happened, and get an idea of what could happen. Now, how good is it going to help? Because there's a lot of information. So that is something for everybody to decide.
Right. It was a great pleasure having you here, sir. Thank you so
Chandra.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.